All right there, everybody. Well, welcome on in. We've got ourselves a super fun little race here in the ALTTPR League Season 5. We're into Week 2. We've got Invrosia. We've got on one side of the screen Slumberjack there with Begone Pot and their massive 6 points taken from the first week. On the other side of your screen, we've got Sabotender there, part of the team missing playoffs, who are calling their shots early in this season, but did earn 3 points in the first round there. So we're going to have a little bit of fun today. My name is Dazed Cloud. I'm joined by Clear Mouse. How are you, miss?
I am doing wonderfully, Days. I'm so excited, for being inverted and being ambrosia. This is, it's a surprisingly good mode, despite what maybe its reputation precedes you. But you know why? Because you have a moon pearl right there as your first item in Link's house. How could you complain?
You have a Moon Pearl, and then you also have a sword to start off with. So if you want to go ahead and do a spin attack on that one enemy, you can. And then you can walk down here to this one tree pull, and hopefully we'll be able to see it in a second here. As we've
Yeah.
got a full 4, and that's not going to help them. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, looks like maybe Slumberjack is kind of interested in, I don't know if he wants to kill a couple more enemies. Maybe try for that second or, oh, you know what? Never, we'll just get a bomb. But the unfortunate part is for Hype Cave, you need one more. Maybe the generous guy, in Hype Cave, or sorry, the bat-like man, just happens to have 3 bombs with him. What
Well,
do you
that's one
think?
of those. That's one of those where you just go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth on that one screen and kill those little rope bag tentacle
Mm-hmm,
things
mm-hmm.
and just go get your bombs that way.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Yeah, it looks like the Sapo, has some other ideas. This seems maybe more, I would say, like either more like common, traditional. Gonna go to the very commonly seen, drop down for Skullwoods. Always guaranteed bombs, guaranteed magic. Just a little bit of everything. In terms of like getting some more resources. And of course, being inverted, being in the dark world, it's not like we have a lot of health. So, death warping is by far the most efficient at this point in time.
yeah. So for anybody who's not been a part of an Invrosia seed before, basically what you're looking at here is, since we're starting in the dark world, kind of like Clear Mouse said, one of our first priorities is just trying to find a way to get some bombs, maybe get some money here, as that seems to be all that Slumberjack got out of there
this
was
this
money.
hype cave was so awful. Oh my god. Okay, the bright side is I guess, we've got you can buy some bonds with 50 rupees. You've got enough for arrow game, which of course in inverted is going to probably be, by far the most common form of income, for you in the early game, because, there's a lot of things that you need money for that you may otherwise have trouble for. For example, digging, chess game. A thieves' town is really, despite being a house full of thieves, it is really not like the best place to find loot.
True, true. How about Bombos there sitting on
Mm-hmm.
our good friend Stumpy, which is not something that you need to worry about quite yet until you find flippers here in a minute. You have to go into low
Yeah.
percent Ice Palace
Oh, well,
early
see,
game.
so yeah, this is, these types of things, right, is, part of the is the part of the features of inverted, right? Sometimes, you can get some, I would say, maybe for runner's sake, they can get some pretty quick light world access, maybe find a glove here, hammer there. Other times, because it's inverted, we could, get flippers, as you said, to dive into, Ice Palace. We do have a sword, and then, maybe it's like in the middle of Bicky chest or something, right? And then we just get to go through all of Ice Palace on 3 hearts.
Exactly, and that is the fun there, and the other part of us of playing Invrosia here, it does mean that we are going to be looking for big keys today. So every item, every dungeon has at least one more item available into it here,
Mm-hmm.
but there's also an item guaranteed on the boss here. So when no, I guess when Sabotender was up in the in Skull Woods, there he was able to pick up the big key to Tower of Hera, got a heart container. He already knows that the third item is going to be on Moth. But speaking of items, that was a red cane there, a dig game.
Yeah, and I guess fortune beholds Slumberjack early on, because you know what some people consider to be the easiest room of the game, which is the vanilla Bicky chest of Skull Woods. I will actually believe them if you give me the King of Samaria.
Yeah. Like if you give me the can of Samari, you could just like walk in, press button, and win. Congratulations.
Yeah.
You're well done there. Sabo having a little issue there. Is probably gonna have to play this game twice here. As he's set up a little bit further to the left and is having some
Yeah,
aim issues here.
he might
All
not
right.
be close enough maybe to the guy, but you know what? Just playing the arrow game is just like riding a bike. This case like the very aim heavy quiver bike. I'm sure it just takes a couple more tries in this case.
I
It
mean,
looks
to
like
be
he's got
fair,
exactly. He's got the hang of it.
yeah, to be fair, it is surprisingly easy to overjudge your thing there. Okay, so he missed the 64. He's got 112 rupees. He should be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Should be fine
He
here.
should be fine. Yeah, and even though like dig game costs 80 rupees, given the number of digs we saw on Slumberjack's side, there are a good number of chances Sab was going to make a good amount of his money back.
Probably, yeah,
Yeah.
probably. I mean, we'll see here. I mean, I know that when I was watching Slumberjack there, he got a abundance of red rupees there. Sabo does not seem to be getting the same level of luck. These are a lot of. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Okay.
yes,
Everything's
he's definitely
fine.
good. It's like riding a dig game bike. You just got to warm up a little bit. Sabo's really going all out here to maximize his profits. For all the time that that he has.
I can't blame him at all in that point there, just because he's got the just because if you're already down to like 3 seconds left when you've dug up the item, all right, cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Just might as well finish it, get a little bit of extra cash.
Yeah. All right, yeah, and you of course mentioned, that in this case, the big keys to dungeons are shuffled in this case, except minus the GT big key, of course. As we're here in Skull Woods, Slumberjack has picked up their Tower of Hera big key, just like Sabo did earlier. And of course, tracking for us today, clicking all the buttons, making sure everything is in perfect accuracy is, of course, the one, the only Will WC. Also, as part of the Invitational League. I'm not sure if he's also doing a version of this week, but either way, it's going to be some good scouting for him as well.
Yeah, I mean he should learn how to play this mode eventually at some point, right? I mean that is kind of necessary, I think. Not all of us just get to skip out on a week. So it's all good.
Yeah, speaking of, I don't really quite remember seeing your name on the roster there, Days.
Oh,
this week.
no. My teammates decided that they wanted to play this week, and I said, all right. so
you twisted my arm, right? Yeah.
So that's how it worked here. All right, so back into things that we're supposed to be talking about.
Oh my
here.
gosh! Well, we were just really stalling for time, Days, because how could you? We gotta distract everyone from, and then it could be extra surprise when we find the hammer here in Village of Outcasts.
Yeah, and let's see here. So, what do you think here? Are we going to be looking for? Are we going to find the last piece that we need for this? Is a glove, or are we going to find something stupid and get sent on a whole wild goose chase?
Well, so we do have some pretty good runners here, right? Slumberjack and Sabo. I think it would be a great disservice to the skill level of these runners if they just willy-nilly found a glove in Thieves Town, right? We should go find something more interesting, right? Like the flippers. I think that would be great. In fact,
I mean, personally, since I'm not playing it right now, I have no problem with sending somebody into extremely low percent Ice Palace just because it would be entertaining from our standpoint. They're probably going to hate life, but I mean,
are they the ones watching? Of course not. We've got however many hundreds of people watching this, right? There are only 2 people. It's like they're playing the game or something, right? Clearly, exactly, like our perspectives matter, just a tiny little bit more.
I mean, we're the ones who need to be doing the things. Okay, so
exactly.
This hammer, I guess we're gonna.
Oh my gosh!
All right,
my gosh! Oh, I tried. I think we really did try, Days, in order to try to get them to a more interesting first part of the inverted world. But you know what? Thieves Town looks like they're on our runner side today. Sabo finding his power his gloves. Slumberjack very shortly, and Sabo is going to just take those in and go dive straight into the light world.
Yep, don't blame him at all here. This makes perfect sense to me. Just why would you do it? Why would you spend time even trying to do something like pod right now when you could just run down here and start getting all of the light world items? So, Will, I hope you're having a nice, relaxing start to this, because things are about to get crazy, because all of the items, they're going to show up in shortish order. Shortish.
Shortish, yep.
Shortish, yeah. We'll say shortish.
Yeah, and so I think actually you mentioned this on maybe a previous set for an inverted related seed, where you think there's something like 3 phases of an inverted seed, right? So first one is like you're in Dark World. You've got some limited options, right? You can only kind of go to a few places. Once you hit that light world, though, just because you have, quote unquote, like the other world access, hammer, gloves, pearl, suddenly like 100 things open up to you, right? And so now you get to play the which green area do I go to first?
Oh man, I was not actually paying attention to that map check. To that map check there. No, Slumberjack gave us a very a map check there, and did not see it there. Pendant Desert Palace. It's cool. Sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds good.
You know who was paying attention? Our awesome tracker, Will.
Was he really?
Yeah, well, because I see all of them like on a tracker. We got regular Crystal, Eastern, and Hera. I mean, this is why we have Will around.
Oh, okay, cool.
See,
I knew there was a reason
for us too.
All right.
Oh man. Okay, so we just have I guess a light world equivalent of Hype Cave and Mini Moldorm Cave, which gave us the upgraded version of money and heart pieces.
Well, we did get a Skullwoods Big Key.
Okay. Yes, that is true. We did get one non-consumable item.
I mean, we already know what both of the items, where all of the items in Skullwoods are, but we did get it. Now I'm kind of liking Sabo's route here a little bit more than Slumberjack's. It depends exactly how Sabo finishes this one out here. Like a lot of times when you play inverted, people want to rush Kakariko because obvious reasons. There's a ridiculous amount of item checks in there, but like I kind of like this way more, where you come down here, you run down, you get Ice Rod Cave as quickly as you can. Now I'm curious, is Sabo gonna go and do the Whirlpool or maybe Zora here? But we got a big key at Graveyard Ledge. That's the big key to Misery Mire.
Yeah, it looks like actually right. So like the approach of Slumberjack versus Sabo's Tending. So Slumberjack decided to kind of start from the north, wants to maybe get some of these checks out of the way. Certainly could be very understandable that Graveyard Ledge, kind of back of escape, type of locations, can certainly be very difficult, especially when you kind of want to make your quote unquote light world loop, right? Eventually, when we go back to Kakariko with that, finding the hook shot, which is super nice, you may not always find the time in order to come back here to the back of escape. So good thing this Lumberjack did.
Yeah, no, this is really good here. Now, I guess we're gonna go directly to. I mean, imagine with the money here, we're just going directly to Zora over on Sabo Tender's side.
Yeah,
which is gonna work out just fine, because then you can just go into Kakariko, clear up everything, and see exactly kind of where you are.
Yeah, so of course, right. Ooh, we have a slightly out of logic powder. No flippers, of course, but we've got the pearl. Sabo is, of course, Lumberjack, very skilled. They know how to bypass pesky soft requirements such as flippers.
It's a nice thing to have before CAC.
Yeah. Yeah. Because... Actually, really good point. Yeah, that's right. How often do you get Magic Bat being able to check straight up, first time in Kakariko?
Yeah, and I mean, and especially if we happen to run into a mirror in here, and you go ahead and you basically do Smith Chain, you can just more or less get rid of everything there. If you get lucky here. But let's see what Zora's got. He's got a heart container, so pick that up.
Yeah, why not? It's still pretty early in the game. Yeah, no real reason to give up an extra health. But yeah, this is actually a very good point though. Like back to Sabo, just delay Kakariko very slightly. He's gonna be able to make that extra powder check in this case. Of course, unless maybe we find the mushroom here in Kakariko and Slumberjack wants to give up his magic.
Well, he's going to get himself a Master Sword there, and it looked like a big key to Ice Palace as well. So things coming around.
Yeah,
Things coming.
yeah, yeah, and of course, these big keys, right? Not that in this case, like the Skullwoods big key is really that interesting, but having Ice Pal's big key, right? Always really nice to have it before you dive the dungeon. Hera big key, also something that's really nice to have before you dive the dungeon, especially with hookshot, right? You don't have to risk in this case leaving anything, especially Hera and inverted, right? The trek to get back there is not the fastest.
Awful, awful.
So yeah,
You can say awful.
I guess
It's
okay.
okay.
I can say awful. Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
it's awful.
yeah. So you may as well. You want to really try. You know what? We'll just go to Kakariko for all our swords. It's apparently armory today.
Well, we're gonna get a big key to Desert Palace, which we unfortunately know is just gonna be a pendant over on Slumberjack's side. And I guess Sabo is going to get that relatively quickly too, as Slumberjack is going to make their way through Kakariko, going to lead our items here, but everything that Slumberjack gets, Sabo is going to get outside of the possible magic bat.
Yeah, yeah. So this it's gonna be a little bit interesting, right? So Sabo, took the Light World portal, walked into Kakariko, right? And I guess I'm kind of curious to see where he decides to go, like further south, or further north, to let's say like Lost Woods and Graveyard Ledge. I remember seeing Slumberjack when he did the back of Escape. There was also the small key there, so that hook shot kind of needs to be gotten from the back. Right, you can't really get it from the front. So it's pretty important that Sabo does eventually go back to the back of Escape.
Oh yeah, 100% there, because that's like you mentioned, that's the only way you're going to be getting it. So that it's going to be kind of a question here for Sabo Tender. How exactly is he going to route this? Like, you could just get to Cave 45 and then immediately, turn around and go back up north. But that seems like a bit of a walk.
Yeah, especially with like no boots. Not that the flute is really gonna help us here that much, but yeah, like overworld travel, especially in the light world, is going to be much more pronounced in inverted, just because you don't really have any type of like convenient fast travel.
Yeah, man, that is kind of the key here. Is we're gonna grab another big key here in this, and that's the eastern big key out of Cave 45 there. So man, if you're Slumberjack here, you're gonna go South Shore, it looks like here, but there is an argument there. Do you go South Shore, or do you go up into the Hyrule Castle area?
Yeah, right. Right. So 100 green squares, right, on your map tracker when you decide to eventually get into the light world. If you're a person who likes to make decisions, inverted Ambrosia, is the mode for you.
Yeah. I mean, it's just one of those things where it's just like, I've got 500 decisions to make, and I don't know which one is the right one. I'm gonna go with this one and hope. So, all right. So we're gonna get this. We're gonna get the magic bat check here on Sabo Tender's side here. So we got the powder out of the waterfall fairies, doing a little bit of out of logic play, and see if this guy actually pays out here for Sabo.
Well, we did visit the bat-like man. The bat actually does not, unfortunately, have anything better than its human counterpart.
That is true. Yeah, 20 rupees again. So no early advantage there from Sabo Tender, as we've gone down into the desert side on Slumberjack. We're gonna hit a save a quit here, probably restart at Link's house, and then make their way back down into the portal to get South Shore and everything else, I'm imagining.
Yeah, very, very reasonable. So speaking of, though, this is looking pretty decent here for Sabo's route. Finishing up Magic Bat with the powder check, but going into Lost Woods and North, and hopefully in this case, following up with the Graveyard Ledge and Back of Escape, it's going to be quite good for Sabo.
Now, Sabo is going to leave that Cave 45 big key behind. Here is...
Oh, that's true. That is very true. That's right.
At some point, he's going to have to make his way over there, because we do know that Eastern is a crystal. Gonna have to figure that out, though.
Yeah, well, so at least inverted or Ambrosia in this case, like there, Sabo's got other opportunities to kind of go back there. Like he has already done South Shore and the dam and such, but our favorite, location, progression, for example, could be sitting in desert area. Sabo hasn't been over to that area yet, and maybe he wants to go back over there, with like the book later. So still plenty of opportunities to kind of like go back to that region.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's time where you can do that now. Like, I'm just trying to figure out what is likely going to be our next progression from all of this here, because we found a whole bunch of things and they've been of various interest, but right now we don't really have anything we can do. Like in logic, like we
Yeah,
can
that
sequence
is actually
break
very
Dark
true,
Death
right?
Mountain.
Yeah.
We can end up in we could end up going over to the eastern area, checking Saha. We could go to the front of Hyrule Castle and get the 3 items there. I mean, you could even go into Pod. So
Yeah. Well, right. So like, you certainly mentioned like a good amount of options that we have, but I'm not sure how appealing some of these are. But as you said, right, we're still kind of missing also some big pieces of logic in order to, I guess, access like logically, right, some of the areas. Like for example, we want to go up the mountain, right? We don't have a lamp. There are going to be some things that are just going to be soft available for us.
I mean, if you go up the mountain, the
good.
thing is if you go up the mountain now, you end up with you end up kind of maybe keeping yourself out of Turtle Rock without having a mirror or anything like this. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah,
probably good. You're
Yeah,
probably good there, but yeah.
right. And actually, that's actually one kind of like. It seems like like it's certainly not the first time in this case where you go up to Dark Death Mountain or Light World Mountain, like mountain without the mirror, and then you realize you could check part of the front of Turtle Rock, but then you kind of forget, and it's not an easy lesson necessarily to learn.
Yeah, definitely. As we get it looks like our Thieves Town is going to be our green pendant today with
Okay.
a red pendant over in the pod area, and our 5-6 crystals being Turtle Rock and Misery Mire.
All right, so yeah, so that pod play may not necessarily be as appealing just because it is a pendant, but it looks like we're gonna get some sequence breaks on both sides. Lumberjack's gonna be so our screens. Do not panic; they are going to be black and they are intentional. No glitches here. They're just going to sequence break out their respective items.
There you go. We get Sabotender found his fire shield there in Dark Cross, so that's going to leave the 5 chests, basically 5 checks there for Uncle and Front of Escape. Not going to have to worry about saving and quitting or mirroring and trying to have to go to Dark Cross from the front there. Since we got that, now Slumberjack going to go ahead and since we're coming up to the mountain here, and it looks like Sapo's going to be joining him, we've got to take a old man on a very, very slow.
Did you say awful before for Hera? Is this similar?
This is honestly the worst part of it.
Yeah, you know what? It might be worse now. This actually just what Slumberjack was demonstrating. It actually might be worse because there's nobody that wants to talk to you in Hera. There's no avoidance, of any text boxes. It's really dangerous here, actually, on the mountain.
I mean, to be honest, it's really when you just hope that, hey, can I just get a flute and I can just flute up to Dark Death Mountain, not have to do this whole thing. Yeah. All right. I guess not. Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, it's every good person, still does, their rightful duty, rescuing senior citizens, just escorting them, across the very long crosswalk across the streets. I'm sure, in this case, Slumberjack and Sabotender highly appreciate the heart container. The old man gave it to you for free, right? Sabo had to pay 500 rupees to Zora in order to get something similar. So
I mean, you bring up a really good point. I mean, I actually quite do quite like inverted, but like the downside to it is 100% being
really,
up on the mountain.
Yeah, really anything related to the mountain, honestly. It's well, you know what, if you are a Sesame Street fan, you get to learn pretty much all your numbers, because that's how many times you get to climb the mountain up and down.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, the best thing you can try to do is try to limit the amount of times that you have to go up and down the mountain. But, I mean, you just gotta, sometimes you just gotta do it. I mean, that's what it is here.
Yeah,
So
sometimes. Yeah.
we're on what, number 1 for both guys here?
So
Or are we
far,
gonna?
yeah, we're gonna see in this case what number is gonna be brought to you by for this particular episode.
Well,
Speaking,
Paradox
so
is brought to you by heart containers.
yeah, health, a couple of okay, yeah, we got money and we've got more health. Oh my gosh.
Sure. All
Yeah,
right, we're gonna.
I guess you know what, we're just not gonna die today. That seems all good. So hopefully we're gonna find a mirror because the longer we go without a mirror, the fewer dungeons that we haven't done yet. It might be a little bit of extra time trying to get out of the dungeon.
True. I mean that is the thing. Luckily, we haven't found any sort of mail upgrade yet, so
Right.
we
Yeah, that's true.
don't
Mhm.
necessarily have to worry about dying super thing. Because I mean, like, most of the people watching are pretty familiar with this. But if this is your first time watching Inverted, the challenge is 90% in the first 10 minutes, like in the first third of the game, until you grab your moon pearl and you can get into light world, because once that happens, all of a sudden everything is good here. Sapotender deciding that he really needed that extra 300 rupees up on top.
You never know when there could be highway robberies, maybe the other grand purchases that you may have to make in the course of life. You can never be too safe, I guess.
I mean, if you're saving for college, you got to get that money somewhere.
Yeah, that's true. I heard the financial markets for Hyrule isn't the most stable, so you just best to save up your money, right? And not
if they're gonna leave it on the ground, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, might as well. All right, so let's both go into Hera and let's grab a compass.
Yeah, so it looks like actually in this case, at least Lumberjack was willing to make kind of an additional investment, going to the Mimic Cave. Nothing really supposed to speak of, but that is going to be one check that that they can mark off. Looks like though, again, getting to Hera is a pretty unfortunate endeavor. No fire source though, so we can't actually get to the basement, for better or for worse. But with the hook shot, with the big key, I think we're gonna be able to at least get our first crystal. It's like Sabo unfortunately couldn't quite get the lineup, so I think he's just gonna go the old-fashioned, let's actually climb the tower versus let's drop down from the tower.
This is where everybody gets to see exactly how much faster it is to do this now. I think Slumberjack might have made a mistake there.
Yeah, right. So one of the things that sometimes it can happen is that you forget you can't actually get back if you don't have boots.
Yeah,
and all of a sudden we're kind of tied up again.
Yep. So there you go. Okay. And Sabo doing similar thing, I guess.
Okay, so we're heading up to Moldorm now, with Temper Sword.
So okay, from a screen transition standpoint, it's still one screen transition to go up and around.
Yeah, I think going up and then hitting the thing and then dropping and then I think that should be faster, right?
It would be faster, but I
Yeah.
mean, it wouldn't be like, I don't think it's, I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out that it's not that much faster.
Yeah, that could be.
I don't actually know
These
here.
are-
All right,
these are-
either way, Moldorm's dead. By the way, so, good job, commentators. We're gonna get a book. Ew.
Oh, but actually,
Well-
so I mean, yeah, we're right next to Ether Tablet with the Master Sword. I don't think we get much more convenient than that. Sabo, please stay on the platform. Oh, phew.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, convenient. Convenient. You're gonna go ahead and just take a quick turn to your left here and take a look to see what is sitting on this. But I think the reason that I got you got the if from me there was it means that opens up Desert Palace, and that's not something that you particularly want. So we're gonna get a cape there. Huh.
Yeah, or the cape is.
Don't need
I saw.
that.
Did we check? Well, we must have checked Upper Ledge, right? Because we went up the mountain.
20 rupees
Okay,
is
yeah,
in my head.
yeah,
I
that
think.
sounds good because I'm pretty sure I saw it and it'd be like, okay, it was nothing, and then I just blocked it out of my memory. Now, I will say though, this book, even though you're absolutely correct in that, it does open up, of course, Pen and Desert. The only way we can actually get into that place is with the book because of its inverted. But actually, might be, a good thing for Sabo, just because he's still missing that Eastern Palace Big Key in K45. Certainly could be another reason for him to kind of go back to that area.
True. I mean, you were at this point for Sabo. I think you're hoping for something that might lead him towards doing purple chest to get him over there as well. I mean, either of those would do it. There is we're gonna get a heart container, not a heart container, a heart piece there out of incredibly slow curly fries cave here.
Yeah, man, I really want some curly fries now.
Well, and I guess for Slumberjack, we're just gonna decide that what. We haven't climbed that mountain enough today. Let's go climb the mountain and go see what Hookshot Cave has here.
Yeah, and of course, excellent. Speaking of Hookshot Cave, I do see some really nice usage of that hookshot. I mean, we don't actually know how bushes grow in not soil mountain at all, but we're not going to complain when we can actually just grab onto these things to get us over to the other side of the screen a little bit faster.
I mean, it's brown, isn't it? I mean,
it is.
Probably soil.
Yeah, it's got little like grassy looking like, eyebrows maybe.
We'll see here. We'll see. Anyway. All right, Sabo Tender. We're gonna go for Spike Cave.
Interesting. Yeah, Sabo is quote unquote following his most recent items. Again, of course, keep in mind that everything up here in the mountain that we've gotten so far, like that the mirror is definitely in logic, but the cape, for example, isn't quite there just because we don't have a logical way to get up. There's a light world.
We're still not in logic though. Like we're missing lamp or flute.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Flute. We're missing lamp. We're missing lamp.
Oh my gosh! All right. Well, where is that? Where is that lamp? Yeah. So what do you think it actually could be, Days?
Oh, it's. I mean, people were joking that you should have gone and go and got your lamp out of Eastern Palace and you go get your lamp out of Eastern Palace. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. Well, all right. So then we go. We're gonna go ahead and just grab activate this flute here, and man, that mirror beam where it is not great for Sabo Tender.
Yeah, it's right because in this case, as you mentioned, you're really trying to limit the number of mountain trips you take in inverted, and. Yeah, the fact that you have to go all the way over there to Hookshot Cave, right? Kind of buy your without really much more incentive is I mean, it's not like the worst ask, but it's Sabo, especially probably with that flute, he might have other ideas.
Well, it's there's that, and then there's this just amazing walk that Sabo Tender has to do to use the portal every single time. Here in this, you have to walk all the way around into the woods and stuff like this. Now, luckily, after this, he'll have a flute over Slumberjack, which kind of nice, but it's flute's not required in inverted usually.
Right. Yeah, right. So of course, the flute, at least in non-inverted, right, is kind of the ticket that opens up the mire area. In inverted, we can get there via flute, or if you have light world access in the mirror, you can get back to mire as well. So at least in this case, Sabo is still being able to keep up with Slumberjack, with the mirror, but it's and we're gonna get a little bit maybe more movement abilities in the dark world, but yeah, Sabo certainly does need to get that mirror. Hopefully on the sooner side.
Well, it looks like Sabo is at least heading in the right way to go ahead and pick up their Eastern Palace Big Key here as well. We're going to get a quick race game check. I imagine this isn't just the save and quit out of here, hopefully. But we'll see. 50 rupees and continuing to walk, so we're good here. I'm kind of curious what Slumberjack is doing at the moment, because I don't know what else they have it.
They have Sick Kid, actually, because I think that they picked up a bottle.
Sick Kid and Mirror. So they have access to Smith Chain as well.
Oh my gosh!
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's a pretty important sick kid visit. Oh my gosh. Like, I guess this is this is not ladder because Race Administrator Bob is not here to give the boots off of his feet. It is in fact actually the sick kid who cannot use them.
That is true. That is true. That
Mhm.
is true. Now that's this is what you would call for Sapotender a feels bad right now.
This is unfortunate.
Because the only bottle that we've seen so far is over in is up on in Mimic Cave right now, and that's another
Right,
climb
yeah.
to go on up there, and probably not going to be something that we want to do anytime soon here. So we get to watch Slumberjack dash very quickly around here, check all of these things. Now Sabotender is going to be the first one into Desert Palace here, so could be good. We will see.
Right, yeah. So of course, oh man, again, another potentially good reason in order to have the boots. Not that you need any more reason to have the boots, but Sabo also going into desert. No fire source, no boots. We could be out of desert on the shorter side.
Yeah. I mean, in worst case scenario, something is sitting there on that torch, and then you sit there and go, oh, okay, that's another thing I gotta
Oh
find.
my
And
gosh, another
okay,
bottle.
bottle number 2.
Mhm. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. We talk about mirrorless Smith chain. Being awful in light world and not inverted. It doesn't really get much better in inverted.
True. I mean, we're gonna do a quick thingy here where we're gonna smack open a whole bunch of pegs here, see what's hiding behind here as Sabo's gonna make their way into desert. Okay, a couple more dashes done, a couple more swings of the hammer, and we find that Hammer Pegs is hiding today. 50 rupees. So, all right, moving on.
Yeah, very, very underwhelming. But in this case, hopefully, Slumberjack's gonna give us a little bit more checks. So save and quits.
Does that
And
work?
I think you should be able to take the purple chest with you.
Yeah, it does. Okay. For some reason, what mode am I thinking? Oh, it's cross keys, inverted cross keys. You can't do that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know that mode, Days. It it just kind of goes in one ear and out the other. I gotcha.
I've been playing too much of that mode. So yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna be quiet there. That doesn't work with Super Smith. Okay, thank you, Beer. Beer knows more than I do.
Alright, so Sabo actually got in. He got the small key, potentially for the map chest. We do have one item here on right side. It is only 10 arrows.
And what is this purple chest going to have here? We're going to get over here, and it's going to be 5 rupees.
Oh, well.
So there's some time save possibilities for Sabo there if we never touch if you never touch Smith chain, which is I would say is probably a good call if you never. Oh, jeez, that's
my
a big
gosh!
Oh,
that is yeah. It's well, it doesn't have to be in a very important big key. It could be like big key to swamp or something. But
what do we got here?
Certainly.
Could be a big key to pod. Could be a big key to thieves. Could be a big key to a couple things. Yeah.
I mean, right. So but of course, Slumberjack here with the boots is gonna be able to get this torch item.
Well, all right. So if you're on a team missing playoffs, there, gonna time to start holding your breath that's not an important big key.
Oh, we're going to pod. Oh, Sabo.
I mean, this makes sense. I guess.
Well, so pod can still have a lot of stuff, right? For you, Sabo. I guess I'm not sure if he's how comfortable he is with mimic clipping because it's not like we have a bottle or anything like that. But potentially depending on the key layout, we can actually still get pretty far, into the back of pod.
Yeah, I'm seeing our tracker there, and our restreamer set up today. They're both calling for Darkmire, which seems like a pretty good idea as well as Sabo. Unfortunately, getting a little too fancy there, losing Kiki the monkey, explaining exactly why he picked up that extra 300 off the top of the mountain.
Yeah, exactly. See, this is what life happens. And this is exactly why it doesn't hurt to be prepared.
Be prepared. That's what you got to do. Go full on Boy Scout Gar hyenas on this. All right. So what do we got here?
I miss Lion King already. That's one of the best songs. What Vicky too? Okay. It is a pendant dungeon. See? Okay, so potentially, could still not necessarily burn Sabo.
Yeah, that's a big old question mark. Whether or not we are actually gonna possibly need that. But either way, it looks like Slumberjack is gonna commit to going ahead and completing this.
Slumberjack doesn't have a fire source, unless I just missed it somewhere.
He doesn't have a fire source.
Okay, all right, okay. Well, he's gonna find out that he might have a little bit of trouble, opening up the door to Landmos.
Well, he'll realize eventually.
Yeah.
And right about the time that he realizes he's gonna go one of those. I hope nobody saw that. And
it's okay. Everyone, just close your eyes. In about 10 seconds. Okay, 5 seconds.
2 seconds here.
Here's 2 seconds. Okay, all right. Everyone, close your eyes. All right. See, okay, you can open your eyes now. Nobody saw anything.
That great moment when you realize that Bombos, unfortunately,
that's not light torch. You are absolutely correct.
And what's worse here is he's gonna go into Meyer's shed and pull out the lamp or pull out the fire rod or something.
Oh my gosh!
Oh no, lamp's there.
There's the lamp. Oh my gosh! Lamp, armor, and our fourth sword. Holy cows! What more do you think Sahasrara has won in order to have that kind of bounty in just in his closet?
That is that is a thing there for sure. Okay, well that's gonna we are now actually into logic. Again. Nice to see you again, Logic. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's one of your third remove cousins that you see every once in a, I don't know, blue moon or something like that. But yeah, we got you.
Something like that. Yeah. So, all right, into Eastern Palace though. So we're gonna take this unfortunately bowless Eastern Palace time because everybody really loves doing that. We got 3 items available to our runners really quick. And well, we're gonna try to figure out if one of them is the one that we need. Here, if we can find a bow in Eastern Palace, which has never happened in the history of man ever.
That's right, never. I absolutely agree. Every single time, someone just magically finds a bow in Eastern, I've always seemed to have my eyes closed during that time, so I really don't know where that bow came from.
Yeah, no, it's the best way to watch rando sometimes. It's just with your eyes closed.
Or play, for that matter, right? Yeah.
I mean, Kern to the commentary booth, please. Kern to the commentary booth.
Oh yeah, that's true. All right,
so
yeah, that was one.
Nothing at the front. Yeah, nothing in the front of what is it? Hyrule Castle here. Sorry, I'm still trying to wake up. It's only 10:30 in the morning here.
Oh no, that's too early. I mean, we don't start our day until until the hours hits PM.
Right. But we're gonna keep working our way through here. Did we see Misery Mire Medallion? That is an excellent question. There, GFE.
So I don't remember it. Because I thought Slumberjack mirrored and then went straight into Meyer's, and then there was not enough visibility on the actual entry.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say with no, we haven't, but we have found mitts now.
That is a very, very interesting item that Sabo has just picked up, the Titan's mitts. So I will say, with the mitts though, and combined with the flute that Sabo has, suddenly he's gonna have some pretty good mobility in Dark World and actually potentially in Light World too, because a lot of the mirrors, like the portals to the Light Worlds from the Dark World, actually do require mitts, right? Like Ice Palace, Mire, like Desert, for example. So Sabo's gonna have some good travel among him for overworld.
And even the ones over by Kakariko there, now all of a sudden we're talking about that horrible walk that he has to do. Well, no, he doesn't have to do that horrible walk anymore. It's much easier here. Okay, so no bow in Eastern Palace, but we did get some mitts. So that's good. With the lamp inside, now he knows that, okay, so maybe there actually is something up here on Death Mountain. So he's going to make another up here with the... And then with those mitts and everything, he can go into the portal on top of Turtle Rock. Get
Oh,
himself
right,
out of
yeah,
that right now.
yeah.
And go into the back of Turtle Rock, go into Laser Bridge, grab his bottle, which could lead to his boots. I mean, this is kind of... Yeah, this is working out for him. I don't know if this was intentional by any means, but it's working out.
Yeah, no. Sometimes, we just got, that the path to success and progression is not always, in a linear path, right? In this case, Sabo maybe took a little bit of a detour here and there, but he's right back on track. And potentially, gonna be able to get a little bit more coverage as well, given exactly what you said, Dazed. What he has up here in order to do some more stuff in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, this is gonna work out great here. Now on Slumberjack's side, it looks like we're gonna make a run over to Catfish really quick here. Don't believe we've seen this right now.
We haven't. And right, so I guess it's gonna be potentially just a one-off check for Slumberjacks because it's not like this is inverted. We can't mirror over to to check Zora. Not really sure if they've got other options, I guess, after this.
Yeah, now on our side, we do know that there's nothing in the Zora area for Slumberjack, so this isn't gonna hurt him at all. But yeah, you typically would want to do this from the Light World side, but since you've already earned a Ice Rod Cave, it's kind of like, when do you go?
Yeah. Oh, but there's a big key potentially that's important, and oh yeah, heck yeah, it's a very important big key. You know what? Well, I think we might be seeing a Slumberjack going up the mountain, on the short side too.
I mean, yeah, it would make pretty good sense for Slumberjack to go up the mountain here, just because, man, that's a very bad place for that to be for Sabotender. I feel like I've said that a lot this season.
That is true. Like certainly, at least from the early to mid game, Slumberjack has certainly gotten progression on the quicker side. But Sabo, he is certainly absolutely still in this game, right? Just picked up his mirror. He's actually get some newer checks here on Turtle Rock, and for all we know, just because based on the key layout, right? Because of where that mirror is, the front can actually be kind of useless right now.
Well, I mean, we're gonna get a key here for Sabotender, and I think I'm a little surprised we're going this way, honestly. On Sabotender's side, you can easily do this by mirroring from like Mimic Cave or something, but it's probably not going to be a big deal. We'll find out if this is going to be punishing or not, as we're going to get chomped by some chomps.
Yeah, good thing Sabo went to the eastern or to Saha and picked up his blue mail. Is he stuck?
Sabo? Okay.
Okay. Oh, it was like I don't know what knocked him in there, but it certainly did. Oh my gosh, Sabo!
Sabo, are you okay? I swear he's not moving. Like you're seeing that as well, right?
Yeah. Right. I mean, in fact, I hope nothing is wrong with his like controller or something.
Yeah,
because it looked like things were like, I don't know, like stuck or something right for him. And
yeah, he's not hitting a button right now, is he? This could be unfortunate here. All right, time to go look at the race room real quick here.
Yeah, I also just took a peek. I don't see anything.
Nothing from the race room here, so I imagine we've just had a little something come up over on Sabotender's side. I mean, something does happen occasionally here. Hopefully he'll be able to get everything in shape, and we'll figure out exactly what's going on his screen in just a second.
Yeah, I'm sure things are. Well, we're getting a behind the scenes look on Sabo's side.
That's a bad sign. That's a why isn't it mapping? Why isn't it mapping? Okay, it's mapping. Okay, we got a button.
Oh my gosh, phew. Things look okay?
I think we're okay. Yeah, it looks like it. trying to see here. Is Sabotender playing with playing on keyboard now?
Oh my gosh, really?
I don't know. I'm just kind of I'm trying to guess here because I mean that looks like someone who is a little unsure with what button does what, or is
Yeah.
unsure if the button is working.
Yeah, but I mean, the fact that Sabo is actually able to recover whatever actually like technical, difficulties we were having with the original controller, and he's still able to play. I think this is actually really, really good, like really good recovery.
Yeah, this is there's something significantly wrong over on Sabotender's side. Yeah, that's. Oh boy.
So,
I mean it's really unfortunate that this is happening. Okay, so he's gonna take a game over here. There he's gonna take a little death ward back. And oh man.
yeah, so hopefully Sabo's gonna be able to get through this. I mean, this is not necessarily looking like the most stable place. But at least the good thing is that if he does take a bit of a tumble, he does have that safety door, right? He's not gonna be too big of a time loss, and he just did a laser skip, so no harm, no foul. The items on Laser Bridge have been pretty terrible though.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten anything that he needs here. On the other side, Slumberjack hasn't found anything out of Thieves Town that he needs either.
Right, yeah, that's also
he's
a good
gonna
point
have
too.
he's gonna have his second in just a minute here. He is gonna have his second. What am I saying? His second pendant. There we go.
All right, yeah, Laser Bridge was absolute nothing. So was Thieves Town, but I guess there is still hope for that green pendant on Slumberjack's side. Yeah, but so far, at least it looks like the big key, that's sitting on Desert Torch, which is the Thieves Town big key, did not really lead anything important on Slumberjack's side. So if Sabo never gets it, not gonna hurt him.
Yeah, I guess for Slumberjack right now, he doesn't know that Sabo is having a moment right now. He's got no idea that this is happening. So he's now probably, I imagine, not feeling amazing, just since he's gone ahead and completed 2 pendants. Hasn't gotten a single thing from him.
Well, I think technically he only completed 1. He really tried hard.
Oh, he tried, right? That's right.
He tried real hard for that second one. But
that's right. He got all the way over there and then realized I can't do that. What was that?
I was trying to see. I also did not. I was unfortunate not to see. I couldn't see.
Wait. All right, we're getting a Quake from Misery Meyer there.
Okay, so we do have Quake. Oh my gosh, and we have the mushroom from Saha. Great, thanks.
Okay, to be determined.
Yeah, but yeah, Slumberjack's now gonna have his lamp, have his armor, have his gold sword. So now he can go back and finish Desert if he wants to, but not really sure how appealing that's gonna be.
I mean, I see. I'm trying to think like what is open for these guys that they haven't done yet. You could fake Flipper into Ice Palace. That's doable enough.
Thank you. Yeah.
Well, you can do that.
Right. You can. You're right. You can. I mean, we can go into Meyer, right?
Right. You can go into Meyer. You can complete Meyer. Honestly, both of these guys can complete Meyer if they want. Now, I think on Sabotender's side right now, it's just kind of like I don't know what I can do on keyboard. But.
I'm honestly impressed that Sabo's even doing this, like that he was able to basically still keep playing the game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean that is rough there. They can do King's Tomb, which is that is one of the few things that Mitz actually unlocks in this game. That are locked by Mitz. I mean, sorry, I meant to say. So
Slumberjack, moment. decides to take the regular route, despite having the hook shot. But it's okay. It's just a few screens. It's not gonna be too big of a deal.
It's fine.
It's fine. Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. But also, though, Sabo doing Smith Chain here. You know, forget Mimic Cave. We've got our bottle. Sabo can go get his boots.
This is true. This is true. Sabo can go get their boots really quickly here, and then be able to start hopefully catching up there. That should make things a little bit easier, because it is easier to just press a button and then run directly in a direction without having to worry about other things. So there's boots for Sabo Tender. They're about 54 minutes in.
All right, so this is gonna be Slumberjack's mitts. And I think in this case, because it's Ambrosia, Slumberjack has remembered that we do have to do the vanilla big key chest in Eastern Palace, because the last item is going to be on Armos, which we cannot get to.
Clay Mouse, have you ever attempted this game on keyboard?
No. I mean, like, I think there are a handful of people who play on keyboard that I'm aware of, but honestly, to be able to do this, like, on the fly, I don't think it's, like, physically possible. Like, like, I think you have to really be able to have, you know, had some experience with this before. Otherwise, I think you just can't play.
I mean, I've played a couple of, like, at the very beginning when I first discovered Rando, I played on keyboard. It is hard. Just so unbelievably hard. And we're going there. I mean, like, controller, like, I bought a controller just because I wanted to, you know, be able to play the game the way it's supposed to be played, right?
Yeah.
Because, like, look at poor Sabo here. He's just trying to open King's Tomb right now, and
dude,
with
this jerk. His jerk is also throwing spears at him for, I mean, just to mess up Sabo even more for 10 arrows.
Meanwhile, over here we've got Slumberjack just using doing boot skips through Laser Bridge there, kind of getting hit by the last one there. Not a big deal. We got a cape, so we can just, you know, cheese it if we wanted to.
Yeah, of course, right. Even though in this case Slumberjack does have the Turtle Rock big key, he doesn't have either rod. Still, you know, nowhere to be found. So can't really go kill Trinex, but at least we have the big key.
Alright, Slumberjack taking just a small quickie death warp there, so he can go back to the beginning. Go ahead and get a and have full health to go the wrong way. Okay, go the wrong way on the thing, and everything's fine there. But he's heading up to Cristarola room here. Gonna check the middle of this, and all right, let's.
We really kind of need Sabo to go to Catfish. I mean, you know, granted, I can certainly understand maybe Catfish, you know, isn't maybe on the forefront of Sabo's mind, you know, just because, you know, again, he's doing an amazing job, you know, just actually trying to, you know, keep his game together. He might be thinking, though, that if he needs to cut a corner, you know, Catfish might be one of those places. It's not terrible, by the way, yeah, as we can see, like with the flute, but if you're gonna cut corners somewhere, it might be a viable option.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna get through this, probably. It's gonna be a fun dungeon to try to do this.
Oh my gosh. So okay, so the good news, of course, is Sabo does have Gold Sword, and you know, I won't necessarily say that the things, you know, require, like, you know, absolute, you know, precise, top tier, you know, gameplay. So I think Sabo's gonna be okay, especially with some good offense. Vitreous, it might be a little bit more troublesome, especially for phase 2. We don't have a bow. But then again, like, Sabo's got the cape, you know, he's got a full magic bar, like, he should be okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say there, you know, I was like, oh yeah, Vitreous on keyboard, I think would suck, but if Vitreous on keyboard, if you've got cape there, you could probably manage it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, press the button until it dies.
Yeah. Yeah. That looks like, though, I assume we picked up half magic somewhere here in Turtle Rock that we didn't see, but there are flippers, by the way, in the vanilla big key chest. So I guess Ice Palace now is on the table.
Yeah, it does look like does look like that is there. We got Ice Palace. We've got a Swamp
We've got
Palace.
Swamp Palace as well.
I mean, we're still looking for a bow to put us into, I guess, go mode range, along with Fire Rod and Ice. Speaking of which, where's Fire Rod and Ice Rod? Are they just sitting behind the Bowlock and Pod right now?
Well, I mean, are you a believer in the rule of fire? And you know, I certainly can believe that Ice Palace, the Fire Rod is sitting in Ice Palace somewhere.
I think that's probably not unreasonable to go about right now. Come on, Sabo, you can do it, buddy.
Yeah, Sabo's doing a really great job here. I guess the fact that he's even able to play, like, you know, actually at a pretty, you know, reasonable, like, he's playing like reasonably well, like, all things considered.
I mean, honestly, I would have forfeit immediately. I would have forfeit immediately. I mean, so like the fact that he's even trying to make this a race here is just, I can't speak highly enough about it for him.
No, Sabo.
I mean, it's yeah, it's a great thing here, but Slumberjack is now looks like we're gonna make our way down to Swamp here now. It's gonna be Swamp, and biggest question is, are you gonna do left side or are you not? Because you're only looking for bow and rods, because we have all the big keys we need.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's an excellent point. Yeah, I guess I don't know. So between Swamp Palace and Ice Palace, like, do you have a preference between the two? Which one you'd rather go first if you're missing 3 items?
I mean, considering the things that they have right now, I probably would go Ice Palace first, just because it's faster. Yeah.
Fair.
You know?
Yeah.
And I wanna know exactly how much do I need to do in Swamp Palace, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah, that's very fair.
If I'm coming into Swamp Palace and I'm missing still 3 items, yeah, I'm going left side no matter what. If I'm coming to Swamp Palace and I'm missing like 1 item, I'm just gonna be rushing back.
Yeah, I think that's actually very fair. Yeah. I mean, right. So, like, you know, it seems like if you could delay Swamp Palace, one of the biggest potential decisions that you can delay that you don't have to make is, do you skip left side or not? It's quite the time investment, you know, just for potentially like 1 or 2 items.
Oh,
but I guess, you know, yeah, I guess if you're always gonna do left side, maybe it's okay.
Game, seriously, just give it to him.
Yeah, come on. No, Sabo's doing great. Like, I mean, the fact that he's here, like, found, you know, in the back here of Meyer, he's definitely Sabo is still very much in this game.
All right. Okay, so on Slumberjack's side, they're still missing the big key to this. Yeah. We're going directly to the back. What are we doing? Okay, no, we're changing our minds. Gonna go get compass chest down here.
Yeah, I guess I'm not sure what in this case Slumberjack wanted to do. Maybe they want to go straight to the back. Maybe they wanted to see, you know, maybe go straight to the back, you know, and then just come back later for like everything else. But looks like we're just gonna get a full sweep right now and there. Just gonna do all left side before we go to the back. All right, Sabo has. Oh my gosh, he's on keyboard and he's using quick swap. Like this guy is amazing. Oh my gosh.
Keep smacking. Keep smacking.
Yeah,
keep swinging.
Sabo,
keep swinging.
Go. Yeah, no, this is really great. Oh my god, did you see that Vitreous fight, Days?
Yeah.
Oh my
Edna's got a bow.
He is rewarded with the bow. Oh my god, this is a great decision for Sabo. Holy cow. He takes down Vitreous arguably actually faster than most people would do without the bow, and he's rewarded with the bow. Holy cow.
Alright, so that opens up the 1 check on Armos Knights now for him. Because so far we're into Swamp Palace here. We've gotten not a thing. Still a lot of things available.
Mm-hmm.
But at the moment we found a single arrow, which is basically the game telling you you're in the wrong location, sir.
Yeah, that's not quite the item that you would like to see,
Oh,
but
never mind.
my
There's an ice rod
gosh,
next to
but
it.
that left side swamp 100% required, so that's certainly very good for Slumberjack. Does not help him right now for immediate progression, but I'm sure he's feeling quite good making this decision to do left side.
Well, that puts us even closer to being able to know exactly where everything is here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
that's true.
yay forced TR double dip is correct there, Tofile. that we had to go get those flippers out of TR to come to Swamp to go get the ice rod to go back to TR.
Yeah, maybe Slumberjack was a bit excited after getting the ice rod. Couldn't quite necessarily remember if we did come to this chest or not, but he just gotta give himself a little quick reminder and just basically go straight to the back.
Okay. Well, coming down here, we're gonna do a little diver down on Slumberjack's side. Grab in and grab a compass and the map.
Awful, just awful.
I mean, you couldn't just stick one of those in the big chest, so we would never ever have to come back. Think about coming back here, would you, game? All right.
I'm sure the game has decided to stick the Swamp Palace big key inside, the Swamp Palace big chest, right? I'm sure that's the game's generosity.
I mean, I'm not willing to do the 215 checks probably necessary to figure that one out.
Fair.
So we'll go with that though. That sounds correct to me. Alright, well, into the Argus fight here with a gold sword and hookshot. We're gonna make pretty short work of this. Most of the way down here, Sabotender making his way into Eastern Palace. Quite honestly, the sheer fact that they're getting... Oh! Almost a wrong button.
Yeah, that was good thing Sabo didn't press down. I think actually this is actually going to be some potentially new content for us when we go fight Armos Knights. If Sabo can do Armos quick kill on keyboard like this, I'm going to be super impressed.
Well, there we go with our fire rod there. It turns out it's just sitting on Argus this entire time.
Well then, okay, so forget about the rods. I guess in this case, Slumberjack is just going to, once he does Mire, everything's going to be on the way for him.
Yeah, pretty much. This is going to be pretty straightforward from this point on for Slumberjack here. Just gonna go and, I mean, to be completely honest, since there's two bows, he could actually just grab a bow out of this, end up with silvers when he gets into
that's true too.
Kills the other thing. But we will see as he's gonna make his way into this. We got Sabotender gonna go ahead and make their way into pod, which unfortunately is going to be a big time loss because we know where everything else is and it's not here.
But like this play for Sabo is very reasonable, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
There's so many items here, available for pod, and he's missing both rods still.
I mean,
and of course the Turtle Rock big key, right? Which of course we know is unfortunately it's on Catfish, but Sabo's right here, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, this has just been, like, this is a completely defensible play. This is legitimately, you're standing right next to a dungeon with something like 6 items available into it. Yeah, you're gonna go, look, you just got a bow, your entire dungeon just got unlocked. Yeah, you're gonna do it. Now, unfortunately for him, we know that's not the case. I mean, Sabo is just he's having a rough day. A nice icebreaker over there on Slumberjack's side. He's just, He's trying to do this on keyboard.
I know, right? Like it's like he's the game hasn't really necessarily been super kind for him. I mean, on multiple occasions, right? It's just like there are some things that were not in favorable positions for him. But by the way, speaking of favorable positions, there is that bow that you talked about being right on the way in Ice Palace for Slumberjack. So that's go mode. I mean, they might search for the other bow here, but amazing. But yeah, but for Sabo also, he's trying to fight the game like technically too, and the fact that he isn't playing on his what he's normal, what he's more comfortable with, right? The controller, he's playing on keyboard. Like the fact that he's even here, like, is just amazing. It's like astounding.
I mean, we talk about execution, in this game being such a large part. Everybody's execution is good when they're in their comfortable setup.
Exactly.
Here. If you're trying to do it all of a sudden with something you vaguely remember doing once upon a time, probably like 4 or 5 years ago, yeah, you're probably not going to go as well here.
Yeah. But I mean, talking about riding a bike, Sabo just literally got on the keyboard. It just started playing, right? I mean, like this guy knows.
I mean, I think he is playing on keyboard right now. I mean, it does kind of feel like he's playing on keyboard. We don't 100% know. It could just be that his controller is just jank right now as well. One of those two things is probably true here, as Slumberjack went ahead and just decided, all right, while you guys are gushing about Sabo just having to deal with this here, I'm gonna go ahead and kill Cold Stare. Y'all good with that? Hey, look, another big key.
There's a big key. Slumberjack's not even gonna pick it up. So I guess so it's either Pod Big or I guess Swamp Palace Big.
Yeah, Pod or Swamp.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, Will has done such a good job tracking for us that all I had to do is just look at, Slumberjack's tracker and be like, oh yes, and I can sound vaguely intelligent. So thanks, Will.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, so it looks like Sabo decides to, well, right, he didn't kill Helmasaur, which is also very reasonable, even though, of course, it's Ambrosia, having an item on the boss. But Sabo probably is going to try and look for other options. Looks like finishing up Desert Palace is going to be his next. So I think this might be Sabo maybe trying to play some outs.
Yeah, that would make sense to me. I mean,
yeah, because right now I think maybe given part of maybe his like frustrations, part of his his decisions, right? For example, going independent pod, maybe not paying out too well. Maybe he thinks that things are just on the way, right? He maybe doesn't have a very good chance. So I think he's going to try and maybe look for some more out of the way locations.
Yeah, I kind of think that'll be the case there, as he's just gonna he's gonna go get this big key here. It might be the other part is that he is remembering that there is this big key here. He's hoping that's the Turtle Rock big key, and if it's not, well, then I mean, let's go kill Landmo anyway because we're here.
Yeah, and of course, armed with the lamp, we're actually going to be able to see Landmos here on Sabo's side.
Poor Slumberjack.
Yeah.
Well, either way.
Oh my gosh, dude, this Stalfos apparently is just able to avoid every single one of Slumberjack's offensive tactics.
Got some moves there, doesn't he?
I bet it's like the spirit of Halloween, right? It's October. All of these like undead just get extra power boost or something.
It all kind of makes me wonder if we're going to be seeing a new festive this year. I think.
Oh yeah,
you're right.
We got a Halloween festive. Yeah, I totally forgot.
Did we get one last year?
Yeah, you're right. I don't think we did.
I don't think so either. But either way, that's going to be crystal number 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, looks like it. Yep. This seed brought to you by Days Counts.
Days Counts.
Yeah. The number 4.
Questioningly counts. They're making sure that our tracker is actually doing the things there. And of course he is there. Good job, Will. All right, Sabo. with a
Yes.
gold sword and
Yeah, this is a gold sword just does fire rod damage, so it's gonna be great.
Just walking in there and smacking things
Exactly. You know, he's like
getting
a heart piece.
pieces of heart and all sorts of fun stuff here.
He saw how great the gold sword worked on Vitreous. He's just like, you know what? I'm just gonna take that same strategy and just, do the same thing on Lambos, and it worked great.
All right. Slumberjack gonna make his way over to the Misery Mire area here, so he's about to go get silvers on top of everything else because he found that other bow in Ice Palace. So
Of course, right. And so kind of like one difference, because Slumberjack never went to Spike Cave, certainly very reasonable. No flute, of course, means that, well, in order to get to Mire, you're gonna have to run over from the closest possible light world location over to desert, and then mirror over and go to Mire. So certainly Sabo's saved a good amount of time over Slumberjack for that.
yeah, definitely. That is one thing that that has gone right for Sabotender today was the part where he got the flute. Everything else has been kind of a disaster, and not on his side, and very little had to do with him.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's not like Sabo, intentionally wanted to do anything. It's just, man, sometimes these things happen.
Yeah, I mean, something like your controller just dying right now, just not a good time. I'm hoping that he's gonna have he has a spare lined up somewhere. The day that my controller dies, I'm gonna cry considerably because I have no idea when I'm gonna get another one.
Oh my gosh. Well, for all we know, it also could maybe be like a software issue, right? Maybe there was just some glitch, right, that happened, and then they just needed to restart. But that's probably not much of an option right now for Sabo. But maybe after this, he'll just restart everything, and then things will be good.
That could be it too. Yeah, you nudged a cable or something. I mean, it's just whatever. The timing of it is the unfortunate part.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
It happens, but oh man, the timing of it is terrible here. As Slumberjack is not giving him any opening here, and it's just clearing through the back basement here in Misery Mire, and it's going to make his way to Vidi really quick. With gold sword and cape in hand, if he wants to just make this really, really simple.
Yeah, and half magic.
And half magic, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, and of course, he does have the bow for phase 2. He will be, I would say pleasantly surprised, the fact that he's gonna get silvers. Maybe a little chagrined. He's like, I could have used those silvers, right before this fight.
Yep. All right, we're going to go with dash strats here, and well, that part went very quickly, and we're going to throw, well, we've got just enough arrows.
Yeah, 10 arrows and none too other to spare. And I guess for what it's worth, the fact that we are kind of closing in on, the number of dungeons and potentially GT, hopefully Slumberjack's going to be able to pick up, a couple arrows here and there.
Yeah, I mean, so trying to think with what he's got left, you gotta, it's not obvious places to pick him up, really. You maybe have to go deeper into GT since we're not going into Turtle Rock the normal way. You can't just pick him up on the way.
Right.
Gonna have to do a little bit. Oh my god, blind on keyboard.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sabo's got the cape pulled out for a reason. Thank you, by the way, Dark Cross, for having our fire shield. Sabo, I think, we can't hear Sabo's audio right now, but you can see all of the little, clinks, right? Off the fire shield.
Yeah, that's wild there is. Whoops! Slumberjack taking a spill there.
Oh, it's okay. We got a key. Not of course, right, the entry that he intended to go down in here in Skullwoods.
Entering with style. That's the way that you're doing there. All right. Well, I think at this point, I don't think Sabotender has any. Well, apparently he does have other places he can go besides heading back to the mountain. Where are we going?
Yeah, I was gonna say this shouldn't be Ice Palace just because we would have fluted to 8 instead. This might be Catfish, but he would just flute there. Is this Pyramid?
Did he do Front of Escape? I don't know if he
Oh,
did
he
Front
has
of
not
Escape.
done Front of Escape. Very good call. Yeah, yeah. This is gonna be Front of Escape and Uncle.
Alright, well, gonna do a little bit there. I think that's a good place to get his keyboard skills up to snuff there if you
Yeah.
want, right? Alright, nope, we're dashing out. Okay,
Okay,
maybe
alright,
not.
so we're not gonna go do front of Escape. Yeah, this might be oh my gosh. I mean, if this is Catfish, like and this could again, this could just be one of those, I forgot it inverted type of things because, how often do you have the flute and how often do you play inverted?
Yeah, true. I mean, like when you know your week's up on the schedule there, you go ahead and you do a crash course in the mode that you're playing. You play it probably like 6 times in a week there just to try to remember all of the things there. That's a pretty good moth kill over on Slumberjack's side as he takes him down for crystal number 6. And kind of thinking, oh no, Trinex is next. We got to go all the way through Turtle Rock. Not in this mode.
No, not in this mode. Yeah.
No, we're just gonna go in the back door.
The upside. Yes, I said the, not a. The upside of inverted is we can backdoor Trinex.
That's true. It was just like one of the, I guess, I don't know, one of the things I really kind of like about this mode is that when you hit go mode, it goes fast.
Yeah, actually that is actually very true, right? And like in non-inverted, right? Once you get your 7th crystal, unless you're specifically on the mountain, you finish your crystal and then it's like, okay, I gotta spend the next, minute and a half climbing the mountain, going all the way to GT. No, GT is at Hyrule Castle today, and especially if you've done Aga, it is like super fast in order to get in. Even if you didn't do Aga, it's very fast to go back in.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's one of the few times where you actually kind of ask for an Aga seed here, as just because makes the entire end of the game just be like, okay, I'm done, and save and quit, and there we go.
Yeah, exactly.
But Slumberjack gonna make his way over to this backdoor drop in for this. Gonna get dead rocked because of course he's gonna get dead rocked.
Yeah, one of the items that Slumberjack actually has not picked up is actually that powder from Waterfall Fairy. So can't even take any revenge on the dead rock.
Yeah. Can't. If you wanted to, we could get super revenge though and quake them all.
Yeah, that is true. That is very true. All right. Though meanwhile, Sabo's gonna give us a check. Gonna turn in the mushroom for us. That of course we did see on Green Pendant because Slumberjack also did do blind, but of course no reason, of course, for him to turn it in.
Yeah, we're gonna find out that it's gonna be some variety of nothing. We're gonna go with piece of heart.
20 rupees. Oh, we were both wrong. Sorry.
Alright, yeah, try to get something there. Alright, into the Trinex fight with Gold Sword. 1, 2, 3, both heads are down on this side. Now we're gonna get big, angry middle head gonna come out of here and chase us around for a minute until he dies very quickly.
Yeah, I think like Slumberjack taking down Trinex, like all the explosions, or sorry, taking down both heads was faster than like the time of the explosions for Trinex. Alright, so it looks like Sabo is actually gonna take advantage of him being in the light world, just run straight back over here to Uncle. And of course Front of Escape. And so of course we saw Slumberjack's side that there isn't really anything much here, but Sabo doesn't know that.
Clear mouse. People are putting numbers in chat.
Oh my gosh, already? Is it that time of, seed again? Well, feel free to take a guess as to where you think that GT Vicky is.
Yep. Go ahead, toss a number in chat there between 1 and 22 where you think that GT Big Key is, because one of the few things that, one of the other kind of nice things about this is even though you had to hunt for all your other big keys, the GT Big Key is going to be in GT today. So we are gonna
and for Slumberjack's case, I certainly hope that he finds some arrows along the way as well. We are still only on 2 arrows. And I mean, while you can get past the first room with the mimics with only 2, you do have to be pretty precise. Kill both of them before you can kind of advance into the room.
I mean, if you're rooting for, I mean, honestly, I was about to say if you're rooting for Slumberjack right now, like Slumberjack's almost assuredly gonna win this. I mean, but for Slumberjack, his best case, and I'm not sure if best case scenario is the right word, but like he's gonna, if that GT Big Key is deep, there's so many arrow
that is true.
pots on the way there. He'll grab something. But we're going to start off by heading over to Hope Room over here. You're going to see exactly what we do with this, if we get a key and continue, or if we kind of do some other stuff.
Oh my gosh,
10 arrows,
but you know what? Oh my
the big
gosh,
key.
and a big... Oh,
the Swamp Palace. Oh, the Swamp Palace. That's the big key to Swamp Palace.
We were that would have been the most like perfect Hope Room. By the way, we know the big key on Floating Island now is the big key to Pod. Just FYI.
Yep, kind of has to be.
We were so close.
All right, well, fun times. Fun times there. All right, Sabotender's gonna do some other stuff here.
Yeah, so what is Sabo right now? So okay, so he does have the Turtle Rock big key. Oh, all right.
Real big key. Real
big
key.
The real one.
All right. So that's number 4 there with this number 4, homemade beer. Oh, Torsoi. Very difficult name for me to say. Congratulations on nailing the big key location today. All right. Time to climb the mountain, to climb the tower over on Slumberjack's side here, as Sabotender's just gonna, at this point, he's just hoping for a miracle.
Yeah, I think
do a
so,
couple of
right.
things here.
Yeah, but I mean, again, like I think Sabo in this case is thinking, that I need to go find some stuff that's potentially out of the way because, and unfortunately, of course, for this particular seed, right, especially towards the end, things were just kind of in the way, like on the way for Slumberjack, right? So, but if things weren't right, then Sabo can actually still potentially bail himself out.
Yeah. It's, I mean. This is kind of the mindset of it's not over until somebody hits done.
Exactly.
Like I do understand his determination here to go ahead and just kind of go ahead and do your best to show up for your teammates. Honestly, I mean, because league is a different thing. If you're just racing yourself, I don't know if Sabotender would have gone out of his way to try to complete this, right? Like,
yeah. No, actually, you do bring up a really good point. Yeah, and that's actually one of the dynamics too, right? Is I think we've actually heard this from a lot of runners as well. Is like, if it's just me, right? I'm only playing for myself, right? And so I don't really mind maybe if I take a forfeit, lose a couple of race time points here and there. But as you said, there's more than just one of you in this case. There are 3 of people here that you have to kind of account for.
Yeah, so I mean, you fight a little harder than maybe you would otherwise. So Sabo is gonna go ahead here, and
I think he's trying to figure out where to mirror so he doesn't bonk.
That's not it.
Quite. Yeah, this is one of the worst parts where you're trying to figure out, in this case, where you can mirror safely and not mirror bonk in the Ice Palace.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, mirroring in inverted is an art. There's places where you can pull it off, and there's places where it isn't, and it's always kind of fun to experiment. Like, can I do it here? When you're doing that, as the powder there on Sabu's side got a chuckle from me. Probably shouldn't have, but it was still funny.
Alright, meanwhile though, Slumberjack is still, he's making good progress in GT, so we should be in Aga 2 relatively shortly.
Alright, on to Moldorm 2 here. Gonna try to smack him in the tail twice. And there he goes, successfully done. It's gonna take it down, a hook shot across to this other chest, and then we got a wizard to take care of, and full on this. Okay,
Yeah,
honest
I'm gonna
question.
be. Yeah.
Do you think he can pull this off?
I have confidence in Sabo.
Do it, do it,
All right,
do it.
he's doing it. He's doing this. Oh my gosh, we've got some amazing, hyping up music here on Slumberjack's side to help cheer Sabo on.
All right. He gave it he gave it one try. All right,
okay. It's very difficult for what Sabo has to go through. Meanwhile, though, I think this is a 2-2 so far. Hopefully, it's gonna be the third. Yeah, so that looks pretty good.
Yep. Down goes Agatu over on Slumberjack's side there. That's a thing. I'm just trying to think of the keyboard inputs that you'd have to do to get that to work there.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be. Oh man, I almost want to try it later. I mean, Ice Palace Bomb Jump coming up too is gonna be a wild one.
I'm not sure. Yeah, this dungeon, in order to try and kind of save a little bit of time, I don't know. This actually looked like it'd be quite difficult.
All right, but into the Ganon fight over on Slumberjack's side here. So this is gold sword, silver arrows. I mean, half magic. Cape doesn't have red mail though, so not.
You're right.
Gonna have to be careful. Gonna have to be careful here.
Good thing we've got the cape and half magic, as you said. My only complaint for this fight is that it's not any longer because the music is so good at the end here.
Pretty good, yeah. Been learning some quality stuff there as there we go. Pretty sure we have blue mail over there on his side, so I think that's a blue dot that I'm seeing on Zelda's TRR there. But either way,
it's blue mail, right? Because I think the only mail that we found was in Saha's closet. So
yeah, so he would have gotten it for sure. He would have gotten it. But either way, we are on to the final stage here of Ganon. There is going to take one silver arrow, go for a quickie torch glitch. Missed it, and hopefully set him up for a triple here in the middle. Or just go for the easy way. All right, fair enough.
That's fine too. He's got plenty of time. I think he's just maybe being a little bit more cautious because he definitely does not want to fall, or get knocked off the platform. Yes.
I should know that you can hit him with just one thing active, but for some reason I always thought you needed to. All right, well anyway, down goes Ganon over on Slumberjack's side there. So go ahead, get your GGs into chat for gonna be our victor today in this race between Begone, Pot, and Missing Playoffs there. Slumberjack is gonna cross the line with a racetime.gg time of 1:31:30. Get your GGs in there for Slumberjack.
Yeah, no, Slumberjack actually, he played this quite well. Made a lot of really good early game decisions. Decided to go to Mimic Cave, got his first bottle, went to Sick Kid, got his boots, did the backup escape early, got his hook shot. I mean, Slumberjack certainly did, made quite a good few decisions to really kind of like help speed up, the seat for him.
Oh, definitely here. I mean, a lot of good things there on his side. Just kind of ran into the right stuff at the right time, routed that thing really well, played it well, and ended up being the winner today there. We were talking quite often about Sabo's difficulties there with his controller and stuff there, but I mean, I honestly think there's a pretty good chance with a lot of how the routing went out with Catfish Big Key and stuff that Slumberjack wins this either way.
Yeah, so. I'm right. I mean, like the fact, right? And it's like Slumberjack also went to Catfish pretty early. I mean, got and did K45 early. So many terrible big keys, right? That Slumberjack was just kind of able to find. And just made, and then towards the end, he made the right decision to go into Swamp Palace, right? Searching for what is it, the bow and both rods. made the right decision to go get both of them, especially for left side as well.
And it looks like we are going to be joined now by our winner today, Slumberjack there. GG's, bud.
Oh, GG's.
Oh, having a little, as is the theme of today, having a little technical difficulties, it seems like there. Slumberjack, can you hear us? Okay. I think that's going to be on your end there, bud. So hopefully we can figure this out. All right, as we're gonna see Sabotender make their way back to Cold Stare here, as are having a little bit are having a little bit of an issue there getting things to connect there over on Slumberjack's side, so.
Yeah, but meanwhile, though, Sabo's made his way through Ice Palace. I mean, again, being able to play like this and actually get to the end and Cold Stare, I think is quite impressive. Gonna pull out Bombos, of course, no Fire Rod. But of course, with Gold Sword, hopefully should be relatively painless. I mean, for Sabo, not for Cold Stare. Cold Stare actually, it might be painless for Cold Stare as well. Nice and quick and fast.
All right, come on, Sabo. This is not a fun fight. Turn around.
We got it.
Hey, all right, we got
Nobody
there.
was worried. Nobody was worried.
All right. Well done there on Sabotender's side. They're kind of having to, man, just muddling through this best he can here. It's been. I think
what Sabo's doing is very, very impressive.
This has been, well done for sure. It's crazy.
Sabo just wants to leave, guys. Like, don't bully him. All right, looks like though Sabo. I think in this case maybe he wants to explore more of Turtle Rock. We do have the big key. Still in this case doesn't want to go to Swamp Palace, which of course in this case we know that's where both his rods are, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, I mean, he can't get in there right now because he doesn't have those flippers. He's got to go up to
oh, you're absolutely
Swamp
right.
Palace.
You are.
He's got to go to Turtle
yeah.
Rock to go ahead and then go from there.
Very, very excellent reminder. Thank you. Yeah, that's right, because he did find the flippers in the Manila Key Chest of Turtle Rock, and that is going to be his ticket into Swamp Palace. So at least, Sapo's making progress to progression. I guess for what it's worth, he hasn't checked Mimic Cave either, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, could be there, right? In his mind, could be there.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna kind of keep making our way around to. Okay, gonna go check Ether Tablet first. All right, that makes sense. Why not?
I thought we checked Ether Tablet after we picked up the book from Hera. Oh, this is Hera Basement.
Oh, Hera Basement.
Oh, wait, was there an item here?
Mm.
There must have been in that case.
No.
Because we found we found the book on Molder and we found 20 rupees.
We got a compass
and I can't remember what else there was.
There was 20 rupees on this. I want to say there was I want to say the middle because I know Big Chest was a blue was a red rupee, right? The Big Chest was a red rupee, and then the this is so long ago. I have no idea, honestly. All right. Well, unfortunately, it does look like Slumberjack is having some issues with this. Issues with Discord right now. So he's able to connect, but he's not able to actually talk to us. So, maybe just have him come into chat or something here. Is it? Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was just the map. All right. Well, okay. So Sabotender's epic journey is gonna continue, I guess, for a couple of minutes here. And it looks like Slumberjack is gonna go ahead and he's gonna join us in chat here, and we can maybe ask him a couple of questions that way. I mean, it's only fair that everybody has just terrible times with keyboards
Exactly.
and everything else today, right?
Mm-hmm. All right, so Sabo's getting pretty close in this case to his flippers. I can feel it. I'm trying to actually remember if he's done Crystal Roller. Oh no, he has not done Crystal Roller because that's where half magic is. So he'll at least pick that up shortly. Not, of course, the thing he's looking for, but he's really close. We can see it on his screen. It's just not open.
All right, and it looks like we are now joined in chat down there by our winner today. There, Slumberjack. There, GG's, bud. Well done. Sorry about Discord giving you the business there.
Yeah, I guess, right, so, yeah, so certainly GG's, and, if, you haven't maybe, kind of caught, like, the last bits of, I guess, like, the restream, you are unfortunately not the only one to have technical issues. Something happened in Chomp's room when Sabo was here at, I don't know, 30-40 minutes ago, and, his controller just decided to, also not recognize him, so, what we think, he did was he started to play on keyboard. And that might actually explain some of his maybe a little bit slightly more awkward movements, or maybe like something like uncharacteristic of him.
Yeah, a lot of lasers to the face.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
But yeah, but I mean, overall, I would say Slumberjack, your routing was pretty excellent there, but GFE's right that we can't actually 100% confirm that because Sabo is still racing. But yeah, going through that there, did you have any sort of like strategy for handling the light world when you came through the first time? As looks like we're gonna have Sabotender make his way into Swamp Palace, which will put him into go mode.
Yeah. So this is very good for him, of course. You know, he doesn't have really any equipment like any of the raws he needs in order to complete the remaining dungeons. His remaining, crystal dungeons. You know, for example, well, no Fire Rod and get to back up Skullwoods. No Either Rod and of course to finish up Turtle Rock. We did of course spy what we now know of course is the Pod Big Key on Floating Island, or not Floating Island, Lake Hylia Island. But of course, I don't think Sabo actually had eyes on that quite yet. But I mean, it's also pendant, so who cares?
Yeah, nobody really wants to go there. So always try to do North Light World early because it's so out of the way, and got lucky with the hookshot. Makes perfect sense, honestly. Does make perfect sense. Yeah, I mean, you did find things, honestly, earlier than Sabotender, pretty much across the board. You got the boots early. You got the yeah, so you got boots early, you got that Turtle Rock Big Key was huge, honestly. That Turtle Rock Big Key on Catfish was very important there.
Yeah, that's right. You got some of the earlier big keys that you know could actually be kind of difficult to find, like Eastern Palace Big Key and K45. Yeah, and Turtle Rock Big Key at Catfish. Like these are not necessarily locations that actually, if you just kind of, you know, especially in the light world, you just kind of leave. It's kind of hard to get back to. Oh yeah, and you made the good decision to go back up to Dark Death Mountain and do Hookshot Cave after you got your hookshot, and then finding the mirror. That was also pretty big.
Yeah, that was big as well, because you did that immediately afterwards, and ended up there. Sabotender actually kind of did this same thing. He immediately went back into Dark World there, except he went into Spike Cave. Turns out Spike Cave had the flute, which helped him a bit. But not as much as the mirror, I'd say.
Yeah, that's certainly true. And of course, absolutely nobody saw anything to do with the backup Desert Palace for you. In fact, I'm pretty sure everyone had their eyes closed.
Yes.
And then you went somewhere else.
Yep, that is exactly what happened. All right, Sabotender, going to compound things today. Not going to left side, as his teammate GFE did mention was likely.
Yeah, but I mean, he's gonna find, in this case, like the map and compass in the back, right, in flooded room. I mean, with 2 items here, in the back of his vault, I don't think it's unreasonable for him to go back.
I mean, I'm trying to think what else he could do, really. Like, honestly, I don't know. I don't know what else he really could.
I guess with the right. So the fire rod, the fact the fire rod is dropped by Argus, like maybe he wants to go do Skull Woods.
Oh, that's awful. GFE's right. I don't like that he's right, but he's right. Yeah.
What is?
It's because he's saying that he probably is just gonna go to Skull Woods, go to Pyramid Fairy, and
But he can't do. But he doesn't have the ice rod, right? He can't.
Oh, he
do
doesn't have
Pyramid
Ice
Fairy?
Rod. Okay, yeah. You can go get Pod Big Key.
That's true. He can go get Pod Big Key. Oh man, that is quite the.
Yeah,
That is quite the collection rate we're gonna have here on Sabotender's side.
Oh yeah, we might get the full thing. I mean, at this point, why not? Honestly. Well, yeah, thank you, Slumberjack, for at least stopping into chat there and saying hi to everyone there, and and thank you again for racing for us, and congratulations on moving to your team remaining undefeated.
Yeah, quite the accomplishment, by the way, in the Invitational League. I don't care what division, I don't care what team you're playing. I mean, like the fact that you are 3 in a row at this point, your team is quite amazing.
All right, there goes the fire rod for Sabotender there. Gonna get crystal number 5 on his side. And what is the decision Sabotender is going to make? The right one is to press up. The wrong one is to go to your flute.
Oh no. Well, he did press up on the menu, just not immediately, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's true. Unfortunate is that, so.
Well, I mean, so he is gonna make, he has another clearable crystal dungeon on him, and of course this is Ambrosia. There is an item here on the boss, so I think Sabo certainly has that hope going for him. But after Skull Woods, where else can Sabo go? Is he gonna go back to Turtle Rock to like do the Firelock side?
I mean, there's that.
Oh, he also didn't scout like Highlight Island too, right? So he doesn't know about that big key.
Yeah, I mean that's the good news, is he doesn't know about that big key, but I think he'll find that big key before he finds the ice rod.
Oh, actually that's actually probably fair.
Yeah, this is a rough one here for him. It's just there's not a really good thing here. All right, well, into back of Skull Woods over on Sabotender's side. Gonna have a super fun fight here. Like, I'm still blown away that he's even able to like.
I mean people struggle enough like to just do this on controller, and it's like you see people dying to moth left and right, and Sabo's here on keyboard. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, let's see. Moth is also deciding to not be super cooperative.
All right. Yeah.
Oh
right.
my gosh.
Hopefully we're gonna be okay here, but like if a fight could go poorly, this is it. But yeah, going on. We're just fine. All right, takes down Moth. Crystal number 6 for Sabo Tender here. Still trucking along, still going around.
All right. Well, that is 6 crystals down for for Sabo. There is a. Oh wait, I was gonna say, is there another item here? I think we got everything. I think we got everything. Okay? So maybe at this point, Sabo just doesn't. I guess hasn't registered that there is just like a guaranteed item on the boss, or maybe we just haven't found everything.
I honestly, at this point, I with everything that's been going on with him, I just kind of would be I'm just kind of like whatever here.
Sabo, right, and we're like an hour 50, right? You know, yeah, into the seed for Sabo, plus all of the other stuff that he's kind of dealt with. Yeah, I mean, like, your brain is probably not in the best of shape. All right, so this is I think this might be on your prediction that he might be taking a peek at the Lake Hylia Island Big Key before he goes back into Swamp. I think he also hasn't done Hobo, I guess, for what it's worth. Oh.
Well, then he's gonna see that.
No. Sabo, please. He's just Sabo, just you know, for our sake, you do not need to go back to Pod.
Well, we are going back to Pod. All right, well, back to Pod on a on Sabo Tender's side here. He's putting up a valiant fight here with a with just the worst scenario possible, pretty much. Gonna go grab this and kind of work their way through here. Now I don't know if the big chest had anything or if we're only one item away.
I think that's a good point, but I mean, the fact that Sabo, I guess, is back here probably means that there's gonna be an item. I mean, like, the fact that, like, the big chest has something and, you know, Helmasaur has something, like, multiple chests open, right? I like, it seems like it should be at least one item, but maybe also Sabo didn't do Dark Maze, or maybe he only did part of it. You know, I guess it would make sense that hammer yumping might be a little bit difficult under his circumstances.
Yeah, hammer yumping, icebreaker, diver down, life. Right now,
poor Sabo.
Yeah, it's just, you know, he's doing honestly just doing the best he can, and it's commendable. It's incredible that that we're there. We're getting closer and closer to that magic 20 heart goal. Probably can't get it because I think we'd have to go and do a whole lot of go ahead and do this sort of thing in what am I trying to say? What am I trying to say?
No, he's...
I've been here for a while too at this point, so I mean my brain's kind of fried here, if I'm being honest.
No, I mean, you know, at least Sabo's got the Cane of Samaria, so he doesn't have to do. Oh man, I mean, I guess maybe the statue push and pull isn't gonna be like the worst thing, but man. Have you ever tried mimic clipping on keyboard out of curiosity, Days?
I think I did. Have I? I don't think I have. I can do it. I can pull a mimic clip off of this, and we can go ahead and do that, and yeah. So, on to Helmasaur over here for Sabotender. Making his way to Turtle Room.
Yeah, at least they found like most of the offense pretty early, right? Like we did get upgraded to Gold Sword like relatively quickly, right? So man, I cannot imagine trying to do stuff like this with like a fighter sword or like a master sword. Right? Imagine like going down to Ganon on Master Sword. You're trying to fight Ganon. Like I think at that point you might actually try and actually consciously go search for a sword, not just necessarily the stuff along the way.
Yeah, I mean, luckily this isn't like super like low percent 3 swords in GT sort of thing or anything like that. This has been pretty healthy as far as that side of it goes here. As we got Helmasaur exploding over on Sabotender's side there. And that will be the third thing for this for Sabotender,
Yeah,
therefore third pendant.
Yeah, this is actually a single player all dungeons on Savo's side.
Seems like it at this point, right? So I think for Sabotender, we're gonna pull out our flute here. We're gonna head up towards the pedestal here, and I think right about then, we should have an idea what's going on.
Yeah, unfortunately, right. We know that in this case, Slumberjack did. We did get knowledge of what was on the pedestal from Slumberjack's credits, but unfortunately, I think we didn't quite and maybe catch it in this case. But we're gonna find out. I get confirmation here on Savo's side. At least he didn't read the pedestal. I'm proud of him.
Yeah, well done there. We are going to get the fabled single rupee of... Alright, you know what? That's it. Clear mouse, I'm done.
Alright, sounds good. I think we've gotten everything we could possibly get out of the seed.
Dear gods. Actually, guys, we are gonna go ahead and call this here. So if you're interested, go ahead and head on over to Sabotender's their stream there. Is still currently racing there. Make sure to go ahead, give Sabotender a follow, give everybody there a follow. Go give him a hug, send him bits, I don't know. I mean,
yeah,
honestly,
any type of love support, a new controller maybe, or something.
New controller fund, yeah, would be a good thing there. We unfortunately for SpeedGaming, we are gonna go ahead and just kind of send this a thing here. I'll drop Sabotender's link there in homemade beer there.
Yeah, beer's already
and
it
to me. All right, but I guess with that then, GG's again to Slumberjack there, our winner on the day. There, but also incredible GG's to Sabotender for even making it this far. Quite honestly, it's incredible effort. Honestly, just incredible effort.
Yeah, the fact that he actually can, I mean, he's gonna beat the seed and on keyboard basically. It's yeah, as you said, it's very, very impressive.
Yeah, well, there we are, and I guess with that, we're gonna head out for the night there, everyone, and yeah, go over to Sabotender's stream there, give him some great love, and we're gonna see you guys all next time there.